Hello Apaches, today we have a change of environment since our studio is closed for upgrades.
So we're now in our new and improved studio, the library.
Wesley, you have to keep it down. We have to be quiet for the show.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Did you pick the library because you read a lot of books?
Yeah, how'd you know? Oh my gosh. I dropped my feminist literature books.
Alright, sure, but do you read anything else besides feminist literature?
Yeah, well, I think I actually read a lot of different genres. I would consider myself somewhat of a bookworm.
A bunch of new books just came into the library today. It kind of reminds me of all the new APN stories we have to cover this week.
Yeah, I noticed. They look pretty interesting. I'm really excited to take a look at them.
Let's start with our first book then.
Wait. But before we do, I'm Wesley.
And I'm Andrea.
Welcome to show Shh 16.
This Saturday, the Arcadian Music Club will be hosting their 58th annual spaghetti dinner. There will be 2 showtimes, 4 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Be sure to get your pre-sale tickets from any band, color guard, or percussion student for $18, or you can purchase your tickets at the door for $20. The show will feature performances from our school's marching band, color guard, pep band, and percussion. This is surely a show you don't want to miss.
The new year is a symbol of change, not only for ourselves, but also for our political system.
If you want to stay updated on the government's new laws, Tejas is here and ready to tell us more.
Thanks, Wesley. As of January 1st, hundreds of new laws have been implemented in the state of California, many of which have impacted school districts across the state, including our very own. Several laws have impacted school curriculums, with California Assembly Bill 2865 requiring proper education about the long-term and short-term effects of alcohol.
Any more exposure to the dangers therein can absolutely be helpful for our young people today.
Curriculum would be very beneficial, although it wouldn't directly lessen accidents. It would create a positive environment for students.
Assembly Bill AB 1821 enforces proper education about the treatment and perspective of Native Americans during the era of Spanish colonization. This implies altering many 4th grade curriculums to remove mission building projects.
I did have a lot of fun with the mission project, going to the missions.
But there's always been this mirage of transparency with Chicano and Native American cultures.
One of the larger bills passed, Bill 1955, also known as the Safety Act, prohibits schools from disclosing students' gender identity or expression from their parents.
I think it's just kind of the time that we allow students to make these kinds of decisions for themselves. We should have a level of maturity to deal with that kind of issue.
The effects of these laws will appear in our lives sooner than we realize. For now, this has been Tejas Patel. Now back to the anchors.
I love cream puffs. I'm so excited that Link Crew is hosting their Beer Papa's Cream Puff fundraiser. They're each $4, which is 15% cheaper than normal. From January 21st to 31st, you can buy from any Link Crew leader.
The cream puffs will come in 3 different flavors: chocolate, vanilla, and green tea. Distribution will take place after school in the Rally Court on February 7th. Even just talking about it makes me feel so hungry.
Did you donate blood on Tuesday, Wesley?
Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't get a chance to. What about you?
I couldn't do it. Those needles scare me.
Well, yeah, needles are pretty scary. But some brave Arcadia High School students came together for the UCLA and SMW blood drive, stepping up to make a difference. Grace was on site to get an insider look.
Thanks, anchors. My name is Grace McCloskey, and I'm here in the North Gym where the UCLA x SMW blood drive is in full swing. Students and staff are rolling up their sleeves to make a long-lasting impact. From first-time donors to energetic volunteers, the spirit of giving is truly alive today. Out of the 131 people who signed up, 72 came to the blood drive on Tuesday, where 52 units were successfully collected.
The units that we collect are sent to our processing lab, and it's separated into its components. So 1 unit of blood can actually help save more than 1 life.
SMW collaborated with UCLA to coordinate this event. The weeks leading up to the event, stations around campus were also set up to encourage students and staff to participate.
High school events like these are extremely important because the UCLA Blood Drive Center actually gets 80% of its donations from high school donors like us. So not only are we the ideal donors, but it's a great way to help and save lives.
I actually think it's such a wonderful thing that you guys put on these blood drives because it starts a really good habit of giving back to the community in this way.
I hope that students and donors had a good experience with this blood drive and that they'll continue to be lifelong donors in the future.
That wraps up an inspiring day here at the UCLA x SMW blood drive. It's so amazing to see so many people come together to help save lives. This has been Grace McCloskey. Now back to the anchors in the studio.
Honestly, looking back at the past 4 years, I created a lot of memories in this library. I remember going to peer tutoring during freshman year when I was drowning in math.
I hope you passed that math class. Shout out to all the peer tutors who helped us pass. Maybe this time, instead of being the 2D, why don't you become the tutor, Andrea? You know, they're looking for volunteers to become peer tutors. You can fill out the applications to become a peer tutor, which are due tonight at 11:59 p.m.
I think I might just do that. Join the team to get valuable leadership experience and support fellow students. With the Eaton Canyon fire now nearly contained and under control, schools in the affected areas are finally able to open their doors once again.
Students and staff are returning to their regular routines after the challenging period of uncertainty and disruption. Let's head to Kyle to see how they have been settling back in.
Thanks, anchors. With the Eaton fire ravaging through LA County, many schools in neighboring cities had to temporarily close down due to safety reasons and damages to their own campus. Arcadia High School's C row faced roof damages during the January 7th windstorm, causing teachers to have to relocate to other classrooms.
I was in C110, and because of the winds had torn off part of the waterproofing, so thankfully we had some open rooms and they moved me upstairs to A211. It's still inconvenient just because you forget things. It's like anything else in life. The three most stressful things are a divorce, a death, and moving.
Pasadena Unified School District started reopening some of their schools on January 23rd. However, Pasadena High School, John Muir High School, and many more schools in Pasadena are scheduled to reopen by the end of January.
Pretty much everybody I know in Pasadena has got displaced. No homework, no projects, no extracurriculars.
Beyond the classroom and into the sports side of schools, water polo players from John Muir High School played one of their first games since the fires erupted.
John Muir is still closed. There has to be like a pretty intense cleanup when you're so close to the fires. Some of the fires got really close to Muir, even though Muir didn't burn. So they have to do a really deep clean. This was a big interruption and it has really shifted things. We have 4 players on our varsity team who've lost homes. You know, we're lucky that every single person on our team is safe and healthy and okay.
Remember that it's essential to take a moment to recognize and support those impacted by these fires. This has been Kyle Gonzales, and back to the anchors in the library.
I've recently been addicted to getting blind boxes like Pop Mars, Smiskies, Pokemon cards, you name them, I probably got them.
If any of you love blind boxes as much as Andrea, Chinese Culture Club is hosting a blind box fundraiser from January 27th to February 7th. They come at just $3 for a cute mystery bag filled with goodies. Ask any officer or DM their Instagram to buy one. Do you ever come here to study?
You know, I honestly study the best at cafes. I always fall asleep if I'm at home, and a cafe seems like the perfect place to read some good books.
Hey, you should go to this newly remodeled cafe that Kylie was hyping up. Let's have Kylie show us what Hop Cafe has in store.
Thanks, anchors. My name is Kylene Lynn, and right now I am at Hop Cafe, a newly refurbished cafe in Arcadia that's a great place for studying and hanging out with friends. Let's take a look inside. Hop Cafe is a coffee and boba cafe located at 168 Las Tunas Drive. Since their grand reopening on December of 2024, Hop Cafe transformed completely. The logo, colors, furniture, and interior are now an homage to jazz music, combining music and delicious food.
Last few weeks we started doing live jazz performances. So on our grand opening in December we had a trio here, and beyond that I'm hoping we'll also have some songwriters and just like some really intimate, very human, organic music here, and people can eat chicken and have boba while they listen.
From the wide range of selection of foods, we tried a variety. The popcorn chicken, in my opinion, was the best item out of the 4. It had the perfect texture with not too much crunch. The bubble egg waffle had a pillowy and crunchy touch, while the fizzy yuzu was a refreshing sparkling drink with a citrusy yet sweet taste. The brown sugar boba milk with bruleed foam on top tasted very creamy. Overall, the cafe had a comforting environment that paired nicely with our eating experience.
There's so many coffee spots, but there's not a lot of places that are trying to do multiple things at once. And I feel like somehow music is what ties us all together.
After this, I would say I had a great experience here. I would definitely recommend coming to Hop Cafe during your free time. This has been Kylene Lynn, and now back to the anchors.
I never realized just how many books there are in this library. It seems like there's a million books here.
I know, right? Every time I come in here, I always find a new book to read.
Well, Wesley, what's your favorite book?
I would have to say The Firm by John Grisham. What about yours?
It's probably Yellowface. What about you, Miss Torres? What's your favorite book?
My favorite book this year so far is Meredith Adamo's Not Like Other Girls. For these books or for other book recommendations, come see Miss Will or myself, and we'll be happy to help.
Right. There's so many books out there, I feel like it could be hard to choose a favorite book.
Yeah, I wonder what our Apaches would choose as their favorite books.
The Hunger Games. Me too. Turtles All the Way Down by John Green.
Oh, James Patterson? Anything by that guy.
The Inheritance Game is Educated by Tara Westover.
I liked Of Mice and Men. That was pretty good.
Lord of the Flies, maybe?
My favorite book is The Hunger Games.
Say You Swear.
The Bible. The Bible. It's a great book.
To All the Boys I've Loved Before. Like the Murder Mystery series.
The Bible.
The Alcoholics Anonymous 12 and 12 Steps.
The Red Note app.
Hamlet.
Green Eggs and Ham.
The Cat in the Hat.
One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish.
The Bible.
Harry Potter.
Bible is my favorite book now.
Yeah, I might check out more of the Hunger Games because I haven't finished that series yet.
Hey, maybe our audience has some good recommendations.
You're right, let's ask them. What are your guys' favorite books and why?
My favorite book is The Great Gatsby.
My favorite book is Allegedly by Tiffany D. Jackson.
My favorite book is Power by Robert Greene.
Andrea, it's back to us.
Oh, sorry, I was getting really into this book.
What is it about?
It's about basketball.
Oh, you like basketball? Wait, do you play?
I mean, I play sometimes for fun, but way less than our special guest.
What special guest? Oh, hey, Ariana, the school basketball team? Wait, you're not a special guest, though.
Rude. Well, I'm with some of our varsity basketball players, Nick Wallace Jr., Owen Edwards, and Noah Edwards, who are our special guests for this week. To start off, what's the toughest challenge you faced as a basketball player, and how did you overcome it?
I think I've faced an injury, and I think the way to overcome it is just working hard and persevering through all the obstacles that come your way. So,
how did you approach a tough opponent mentally and physically?
When I wake up, I just tell myself you got to be off the back with it, and you got to be tripping, because it's either you're tripping or you're not. And me, I'm tripping. But other than that, I just listen to calm music, and that's how I prepare myself.
Thank you. Who's your favorite basketball player, and what have you learned by watching them play?
My favorite basketball player is Paulo Banchero. I've learned to be physical and have a great presence in the game, stay composed.
What's one piece of advice your coach has given you that has stuck with you?
I would say the grind is undefeated, basically meaning whatever work you put in, it'll count and it'll pay off all at the end.
Thank you so much for the insight and good luck tonight. Our winner Apache athletes have been doing well all week. Our boys soccer team went up against Hoover, and here's Robert with more on Tuesday's game.
This past Tuesday, our boys varsity soccer team played against Hoover in an intense match. Let's see how the game turned out. Unfortunately, we did not have a shot at the goal, but both Hoover and Arcadia kept up the fierce competition as they battled for possession of the ball across the field, each side looking for a crucial breakthrough. Luckily, Arcadia swooped in and scored the very first goal just minutes into the game, taking a very early lead. Although both teams put up an impressive effort, the score remained unchanged and Arcadia secured the victory with the score of 1-0. Wow, what a great game, Apaches, and congratulations for conquering the field. This has been Robert, and back to the anchors in the studio.
Thanks, Robert. Our girls basketball team this weekend showed off their skills at their MLK showcase with a win against Franklin in a final score of 42-29. Our boys basketball team was also able to bring home a win on Monday with a score of 82-40 against Southgate. On the field, our girls soccer team later played Hoover on Tuesday and kicked in a final score of 11-0. Dribbling back on over to the court, our girls basketball team scored a victory against Hoover with a final score of 67-32. Finishing off on Tuesday, our boys basketball team played against Hoover and won in a 82-45 final score. Make sure to support our basketball teams tonight in a doubleheader against Pasadena starting at 5:15, or catch our Apache News live stream to catch all the action. Now back to you, anchors.
You know what, Andrea? I fancy spending this time reviewing books with you.
What a wonderful book club experience this has been, for real.
Yeah, I have fun too. Honestly, I'm starting to like the library more than our studio.
Don't let students hear that. He's working hard to get our studio back in order.
I hope it's finished by next week or I'm going to start living in the library.
Living in the library? The library closes around 4:30.
It's an expression, you know.
Well, it looks like we're starting to reach the end of our story. I mean, show. Why don't we finish this book's chapter?
All right. Make sure to follow our social medias down below.
It has been Andrea
and Wesley.
See you guys next week.